to my channel. My name is Amy and today we are doing a whip and chat. I'm going to try to keep my voice a little lower because I'm super close to the microphone and I just hate that sound. I have a really loud, bold voice to begin with. So yeah, I haven't done a stitch with me in a long time, so I thought that I would whip one out today because I really want to stitch on let me pull this down so I can show you guys the Halloween at Hawkrun Hollow. So I can't fit the whole thing in here, but this is the block that I'm working on right now, and I'm doing this switch here, and I really want to just finish this page so that I could move on, because the page that I'm doing is only this portion of the pattern, and if I finish this portion, it sets the tone for, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 5 other boxes that I could potentially start. And so that's kind of what I'm doing right now. So yeah, I'm gonna try to finish up the bottom of her dress tonight and hopefully pick up another color over here. I have most of this cauldron done down here. You'll see it right now. So yeah, this is where our starting point. You can see, I know that you guys are going to be sideways now. I can't avoid that. Cauldron's just about done. I've got a couple more colors to put in down here. I think it's only one color actually to put in right here, which I think is this orange color, and then this center part, and then the other stuff. So yeah, nothing goes here. This is all blank. There's a couple of little designs down here, and that's pretty much it. So, and then I go and bump you guys already. Hopefully that's still okay. So, I'm trying to see the best. I'm not using my stand right now because it's been pissing me off as of late. And so hopefully my husband's TV is not so loud that it's gonna bother you guys. Okay, so we are right here. Yeah, so I've been really pushing to finish chopping mall. Can't find the damn hole lately, and so I've been working on that and also trying to catch up on my temperature tree. I haven't put up my current floss tube yet. I have it all ready to go. I just keep forgetting to release it. So when this video is done, I'm gonna go ahead and publish that. I recorded it yesterday. I meant to publish it yesterday, and again, I just lost track of time. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays are always my busy days because I have Zoom meetings, and so do my kids, and so they're just always busier than I'd like them to be. I went into the wrong hole here. I knew something was wrong. That's the problem with 32 count, is if I don't have the right lighting, I legit cannot see what I'm doing. Which is one of the reasons why I haven't worked on this as much, because a lot of my stitching has been done in the evening time lately, and I can't see with this. I don't have adequate light where I sit to work on this, or it's not going to give me a headache. And so I just have not been working on it. And even now, I have one of my blinds closed because it brings in so much heat, and I am having a hard time seeing already. Well, this other one over here is not even open all the way. Otherwise, I'm sure that would provide a little bit extra light. I actually have a homework assignment that I haven't done yet. That's due today. I started doing it, and then I got sidetracked. Helping my daughter do her work, and then designing some stickers for the website. I want to add some project stickers, and then I want to do a video on floss of the month. I'm thinking of doing a whole separate video of like what is floss of the month and how does it work and everything, because I know I've talked about it before, but I'm starting to get a lot of traction for floss of the month, and I think that that would just be a good thing to have. A kind of tell-all video that, you know, explains everything about it. So this is what I've been working on. You guys can't, let me zoom you out a little bit. Whoops, not in, out. This is what I've been working on. It's okay, it's not going to focus because I don't know why. This is what I've been working on. I've been working on these label stickers. Well, labels and stickers are kind of the same thing, but these for sticking on the back of your stitching when you finish it. I decided that this size was too big. This is like 4x6, so I made them smaller to be more like, I don't know, 4x3-ish. And I think, can I reach? Let me see if I can grab it. Yeah. So I made them small. I threw this one away because I printed this just on regular piece of paper, but I made them smaller. Hopefully you can see. And I think I like this size better. And I think we're going to print this size and put that up on the website. And I've got probably 30 different backgrounds that I'm going to work with. I'm going to work with doing sheets of the solid background and then doing sheets of the mixed background. The problem with those is the time it takes to design it. Once it's done, then it'll be easy to just supply them on the website. But for now, it's just designing it, and I just haven't had a chance. And I've also been waiting on so many orders for the website. I know a lot of you guys have been asking, like, how come there hasn't been a restock? I've been waiting on a large order to come in that has not come in yet. So I'm really upset about that because I think I'm going to make another video that talks more about that as well. But yeah, I'm kind of frustrated with that whole order time right now. It just is not doing good for the business. But I know that I'm not the only one waiting for things like that. So, you know, it is what it is. But that's diamond painting stuff. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a WIP and chat diamond paint with me, and I will talk more about that kind of thing in that video. Can you guys still see? Yeah. So October, I think today's the 20th, and I just cannot believe how quickly October has gone by. Actually, I don't even think October's gone by fast. I think it was September that just flew freaking by like ridiculously fast. Yeah, I don't know. Like, before we know it, it's going to be Christmas, which I'm dreading. Like, my husband and I usually go, like, super over the top for Christmas, and this year is just very different. We're not going to be able to do that, and so I'm kind of, like, stressing out, like, what are we going to do for Christmas this year? And not that, like, my kids are that spoiled that they're expecting like something magnificent for Christmas, but like, when my kids are very privileged, and so when you've just always had something, like, it's hard to deal with change when something's always been a certain way. Does that make sense? And so our youngest is 6, and so we've already told the kids this year, like, you know, we're going to have a smaller Christmas. We're going to focus more on spending time with the family and stuff like that. And my father-in-law is upset because, well, Thanksgiving and Christmas are a big deal to my in-laws, and they always have a big giant thing. And this year, my mother-in-law said no, obviously, because of COVID. But not only because of that, but because my father-in-law is also, he has cancer. And so, and it's pretty late stage aggressive cancer. And, you know, my mother-in-law said, like, we cannot host a holiday like that this year. Like, it's just too risky. And especially my state has not opened back up yet. As a matter of fact, they enforced, well, they brought back restrictions that they had let up on. And so everybody's kind of like, well, what are we going to do? And blah, blah, blah. Like, my father-in-law's pretty bummed out about the fact that Christmas is, or the holidays are going to be different this year, because this could very well be the last holiday that he's with us. And so, you know, they're kind of trying to decide, like, is it worth the risk? At this point, I don't think they've made a decision, like, fully. They're just kind of waiting to see if something happens. I know my nephew is going to have a birthday party because his birthday is like on the 28th or something this month, and they wanted to have a Halloween party, and they canceled it last week. They had sent out invitations, and then last week they sent out another notice that said we're not going to have the party anymore because, you know, COVID. There's been an increase in numbers, and we live right on the Texas border, and El Paso is like really bad right now. Given that we live so close to El Paso, they are putting a lot of restrictions on us because there's a lot of people that travel back and forth between our town and El Paso for work and school and whatnot. I mean, obviously none of the schools are in right now, but there's students that, you know, live on the dorm that have family in El Paso, things like that. So it's crazy, you know, but one day at a time. My husband also has not been feeling well. I don't know. He says his shoulders have been hurting him a lot. He doesn't know if it's arthritis or something else. And he says he doesn't feel like he's pulled anything, but just that he's in an unusual amount of pain. I'm playing thread chicken here, which is why I'm kind of stopped talking, because I literally have this last 2 stitches left and I didn't want to start a new strand just yet because I think I'm going to do another color. Yeah, that's perfect. I am always, I don't know about you guys, but I am always playing, oh, that did not make it through. Always playing thread chicken. That's okay because I will hide it later. But anyway, yeah, my husband's like, I don't know what's wrong with me. He's wanting to go to the doctor, but then not at the same time because he's afraid that they're going to tell him something. Why do I have 2 purples? What happened to my pink? He's afraid that they're going to tell him, like, it's something worse than it is or whatever. Okay, I need to mark off my pattern real quick, you guys, so bear with me. Bear with me. I did both of those rows, right? Yeah, I literally have 1, 2, 3, 4 more rows of black. You know what? We're just going to do it. Maybe it'll go by quickly, and then I can pick up another color. I don't even know what to talk about, you guys. I don't know. The past couple, sorry if my arm's in the way. Past couple of days have just been working and trying to get things on the go again. My husband has not been able to return back to work because his job hasn't, they haven't resumed. And he was working in Texas, which I think is part of the reason why. Because with the restrictions, you have to travel through El Paso, and you know, it's a pretty large city, and they don't want their employees traveling through there. A lot of them stay in El Paso or live in El Paso, and they're not willing to do that right now, like risk that. So I don't know. I honestly have no idea what the hell. And this is probably like the most I've ever talked about this kind of stuff on this channel. or on the channel because I try to keep it, you know, craft related. What is going on with my floss? It's like shredded up right there. Let's see if I can hide that. Oh man. What happened to it? And like a knot? No, why isn't it going? What is wrong with it? Do you see that? Not really. It's just really weird. I think that was the piece from earlier. Where do I have a pair of scissors? Hold on, guys. These are not fabric scissors, but I'm gonna have to use them. Hopefully I can hide this. Okay, that doesn't look bad. Can you tell? A little bit. That's okay. I'm gonna try to hide it right now. Let's see. There's no stitching back here, so I think it'll be fine. So anyway, I've been wanting to get out of the house, but I don't want to go to the store. I feel like, you know, we've got dogs and stuff, and so we try to go for walks as often as we can, but then like even then I've noticed like a huge surge in people that are out walking, and so it makes it kind of hard. Like people are like, yeah, well, we're outside, so, you know, social distancing, whatever, and I'm like constantly having to weave across the street because people don't want to scoot over. They just keep going down, and it'll be like a single person with a dog, and they will stay on their side of the street. So I will move my kids completely off the street if there's a big enough like walking path or area on the side that I can move them all the way off. Then I will do that. I will wait for that person to pass. But it's frustrating. Like they see that I'm, you know, a woman with 2 small children and 2 dogs, and they won't even move. Like they just keep walking on their merry way, don't even get off the road, or I mean like off the sidewalk to walk on the side while you pass each other. They just want to pass right up against you, and it's frustrating. I've also been noticing the past couple of times that we've ordered DoorDash, they're no longer doing contactless delivery. Like they will stay knocking on the door or ringing the doorbell until you answer the door, and it's supposed to be contactless. Like when you place an order, before it would ask you, do you want contactless or not? Now it doesn't even do that. It automatically says your order will be contactless, and they are not contactless. It's very frustrating. They did that this morning, not this morning, but for lunch. My husband ordered lunch, and my husband's like, oh, can you get the door? I don't have a shirt on. And I told him no, and they're supposed to drop it off, and I'll get it. You can get it when they walk away. Nope. They rang the doorbell, and I could see them from my office because my office is right by the front door, and he didn't leave. I told my husband, I said, I'm just going to tell him to put the food down. He's like, no, don't be rude. I said, it's not rude. It's freaking COVID. Like, what the hell? You know? I don't know. It makes no freaking sense. It honestly doesn't. I don't know. This is kind of ranty. I just wanted to stitch for a little bit. I looked at the clock, and it was like, I don't even know what time it is right now. I think it's like 4. And I was just like, I need a little bit of stitching time. I still need to go upstairs and put all the laundry away, vacuum my room and my bathroom. Yes, I said vacuum my bathroom because whatever bozo built our house back in 2006 decided to put carpet in the bathroom. In my honest opinion, okay, it's all right to have a rug in there, but putting legit carpet in a bathroom is the most disgusting thing you can ever do. I freaking hate it. And I just have not replaced it. I would have replaced it by now, but I just don't want to. I redid the carpet in my girls' room. I took the carpet out, I should say, and put the laminate flooring in. And I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm not doing this again. And I told my husband, when we're able to, we're just going to have the professionals come in and do the carpet in, or do the new floor in our bathroom. And then we just never got it done. we've lived here for 2.5 years. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't know. And then right now, like, I don't know. We've kind of been thinking that this might not be our forever home. And there's so many things that I wanted to do to the home. And I tell my husband, if it's not, then I don't want to do like all that stuff to it. Like, even though it would add to the cost of the house, like, I don't know. I don't think it would make that much of a difference to stress myself out trying to remodel something. I just painted the kitchen. I finally finished painting the kitchen because I started painting it like 2 months ago and then just didn't finish. I had this one section behind the stove, behind the fridge, and then this one section up on the wall, like way high up above, like on top of the cabinets that I just didn't do. And I was just so burnt out on painting it. I was frustrated. I was the only one doing it. Nobody wanted to help me. And I didn't finish it. And then the other day I woke up and I told my husband, I'm just going to get this done and get it out of the way. It honestly took me 20 minutes to get everything painted. And then I was freaking done. I was like, why didn't I just finish this in the first place? I have no idea. Now I know why. When I started painting, I painted it a different color. I got halfway done painting the kitchen and my husband came home and he's like, I don't like this color. We're going to have to change it. I was so pissed off that he didn't make me. He was really unhappy with the color. So we picked out another color and I had to go over the paint. And it was very difficult because the wet paint of the new color looked exactly like the dry paint of the first color, like the first color I painted with. So frustrated. That took me so long to cover because when it was wet, it was identical and I couldn't tell what I had painted. So I had to wait for it to dry, go back and do all of the spots I missed. And then when I finally got to the part that I hadn't painted yet, it was easier because our kitchen walls used to be red. I'll put pictures in because it's a very interesting color choice. I've seen red kitchens before, but this one, the red just doesn't match because the counters are really dark brown. No. They're not a really dark brown, but they're a funky brown color, and it did not match at all, in my opinion. And so I was really excited to change the red. And so I'll put a picture of the red before, and then I'll put a picture of the finished today walls so you can see what I changed it to. And then I'm going to redo the counters black. I'm actually going to paint them and do kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to do the epoxy thing yet or if I'm going to do paint them and put the clear coat over it. But it's going to be black countertops, which I'm very excited for because I hate white everything. I hate our white doors. Ugh, it's just, no. If you guys feel that same way about white, then you understand where I'm coming from. But if you don't, I'm sorry. Okay, so there's some more black on top of here. I'm just trying to decide. I don't know why I started like this in the middle. If I'm doing this part of the page, I should have moved it over because there's a section of the page on this side that I can't even do because my Q-snap is literally right here. Yeah, my daughter had a lot of homework because she fell behind and then didn't want to do any of it. So she was really behind. Let's see, I'm trying to see what else. Should I go ahead and do that spoon? I'm afraid to do the spoon because I feel like that's too... I don't want to mess it up. I really don't want to mess it up. How much minutes do I have in this? Because I'm thinking of moving the Q-snap so that I can do the pumpkin. We're just going to do some more black. I'm sorry. We have to. There's just no way around it. What color goes here? Maybe I'll do that. Let me see what color that is. Tangerine? What? It's yellow. The dot. Is there 2 dots? 556. See what color that is. It's like a yellow color. Oh, I have a pencil in here. Do I not? Was that one of the colors that I didn't have? There's a couple colors that I didn't have when I started doing this. I thought I had the dot. No, I haven't done any of the dot. Yeah, I don't think I have that color. I'm going to have to go into my stash and see if I have it. That's why I haven't done it, because I don't have it in here. So this one I'm stitching in a mix of DMC and CXC. Me personally, I can tell the difference between DMC and CXC just by touching it. But for if I needed more than one skein, then I grabbed the DMC, because I only have one skein of each of the CXC colors that I ordered, unless it's $9.95, because I ordered a million of that because of the Mario project. But if I needed more than one skein, I'm just going to use the DMC one for this project, because I didn't want to use one skein of CXC and one skein of DMC because they don't match. And then also the CXC might not match. It's just like they always tell you, even DMC has dye lots, and so it's better to get all of your color if you need more than one skein at once, just in case the dye lot doesn't match when you do get to the other skein. And so I thought I will just get those later. I don't know why I don't have that color though. I might need more than one, I'm not sure, because each page has the chart on it. Well, no shit. Each page has the key on it, because each block uses different colors, and so it doesn't have the entire key. It only has the colors on there that you use for that particular block. So this, let me look at the things real quick, because I made a copy. This is a working copy, by the way. All of this, even my this is a working copy. This pattern's by Carriage House Samplings, by the way. Yeah, this is the only block that's on 2 pages. All the rest of the blocks are on 1 page. Are you still in view? Yeah. How my voice hasn't gotten too loud. I hate this micro. I don't know. My husband likes to always have like the latest phone. And when these phones came out, he's really obsessed with the Note series of Samsung Galaxy phones. And so when the Note 10 came out, I think this is the Note 10 Plus, he got both of us one, and I missed 2 there. There's 2 stitches missing. Dang it. Hopefully I don't miss those. I don't know what the hell happened there. That's weird. When he got this phone, I noticed immediately that the camera quality was not as great. I don't know what it is, but this camera quality just really freaking pisses me off. The zoom is horrendous. It's constantly trying to autofocus, which can be a good thing, but then not at the same time. And then with this one, when you zoom in, it completely loses all its quality. I have the hardest time taking clear, crisp photos. I don't know what it is. I really freaking don't. It's just so frustrating. I had the Note 9 before this, and the Note 9 was amazing. I never had any problems with the camera, nothing. It was like one of the best. And I always tell my husband all the freaking time, like, this phone's camera quality sucks so bad. But I don't want to get a new phone. These are paid off, but I don't want to add that to the bill, because they, you can do the trade and then you can make payments on the rest of it. But still, like, I just don't want that cost right now, and I don't feel like buying it up front so that I don't have the cost. And so phones are so expensive. I cannot believe that the phones are over $1,000 now. Like, I remember when I first started getting a cell phone, or first started using smartphones, it was like $300-400, and then they went up to $500, and that was a lot. Like $500, I was like, oh my god, $500, like, this is ridiculous. And now they're like $1,200-$1,300 for a freaking phone. I just cannot. That's way too much. Too much. Oops, I shouldn't have done that because now I have to carry it over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. This should be 5. So I'm skipping 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Gonna come over here and do. Sometimes I have a really hard time figuring out where the damn X is gonna be. I don't think I can stitch on anything smaller than a 32. This is really doing it for me. Like, I can see it decently, but there's times when I do get really confused as to where the hole is, because sometimes like the stitch next to it's pulled a little tighter and it's pulling the thread in and it looks like it should be the next hole over, but it's really not. And then I've noticed with this I have to be careful with my tension, and 2 over 2 barely fits. So if I were to do a 36 count, it would probably have to be 1 over 2, because I noticed 2 over 2 on this one is like pretty snug, especially the CXC floss seems to be a little bit thicker than the DMC, and so the CXC stitches are a little bit fluffier, and that's fine with me. I'm totally okay with that. I prefer the CXC floss over the DMC anyway, because it is such a dream to stitch with, especially on Joblin or Lugana. It feels so nice. Ada kind of shreds it a little bit. I hear a lot of people talk about how they don't like the CXC floss, but if you're stitching it on Ada, that can make or break how you feel about the floss. I'm telling you, if you want to try it, stitch on Lugana or Joblin, because it makes a huge difference with the way that the floss fills and the way it falls into the stitches. So, you know, this is a 32 count. It's Shadow from Be Stitch Me. I think it's a Lugana. I'll check right now. Hold on. Let me see. I have it here somewhere on the edge. Oh, I have to move. Sorry, yeah, this is a Lugana. 32 count Lugana from Be Stitch Me. I like it. I think my soft spot is Joblin. So there's 3 rows of 4 here. I think my soft spot is Joblin. I don't know why. I just really like Joblin a lot better. I was watching, who the hell was I watching the other day? Was it Rebel Stitcher or shoot, was it one of the Sunshine? Somebody, I don't know who it was. Somebody was saying that they did not like stitching on Joblin. And I don't understand how you cannot like stitching on Joblin. Joblin is so nice. I think the only, I know I'm stitching the Curious Mermaid on Joblin right now, and I'm really loving it. I think I'm doing it on a 28 count for Rome Crafty Kitten, and I'm absolutely loving it. And Lugana just feels really nice. Lugana feels just like regular even weave. I can't tell the difference between even weave and Lugana. They just both feel really nice, and they feel roughly the same to me. How many rows of 4? 3? I started watching Stranger Things. My kids are like, you're obsessed, because I blew through the 2nd season so fast, and there's only 3 seasons, so I'm kind of like bummed. So I haven't watched it the past 2 days because there's only 1 more season left, but that's fine because I'm still watching Sister Wives as well. I don't know why I'm so into that show. Like, I'm not a Mormon. I don't believe in polygamy, but it's interesting to see how they function. And I honestly feel like there's so much more to the family than they show on TV. Obviously, like, why would you want to put everything on TV anyway? But, you know, thought I got the wrong hole there for a second. So 3 rows of 4, okay, and then 2. I'm gonna go up and then down for these ones. So these ones are gonna be, I'm gonna go up as half stitches and just mark my path for when I come back down, because then I can pick up without having to carry too much over, if that makes sense. I don't know, it makes sense to me. It's okay, this isn't a tutorial, right? Yeah. So anyway, I told you guys a long time ago that I wanted to do tutorials on like how to start stitching, how to count, how to figure out like where you need to start on your fabric, that kind of thing, and I never did it. There's so many people curious about like loop start and pin stitch and everything, and I just never got around to doing the tutorials. I tried, I actually filmed several, and then when I went back and watched them, like I just felt like I couldn't quite see what I was doing, wasn't focusing right, and I just never picked it back up to do again. And so one day I still hope to be able to still do that, but for now it's kind of just on the back burner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I gotta count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, I'll probably get ready to wrap this video up after this. I still hope to do the time lapse as well. I think I skipped one of the time lapses. I don't know if it was on my last stitch with me that I skipped, forgot to do the time lapse. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure how well those videos do. I tend to not pay attention to my analytics just because I feel like if you're constantly checking, it's gonna drive you crazy. I don't check my sub count hardly anymore. I check it like once a week. Before I used to check it like once a day, or at least like once an hour. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Like, I constantly wanted to know like where I was at. And then somewhere like around the 400 mark, I kind of just stopped. I was just like, you know what? I'll get there when I get there. You know, it is what it is. And now I'm so close to 1,000. But I think that's not right, is it? See how confusing this can be? I think it was in the wrong one. I'm so close to 1,000. I messed up on that stitch. Can you guys tell? No, not from there. That I'm pretty sure that I've made the decision to not monetize my channel. And I know that that's like a big deal for a lot of people. But I don't think I want to. I think I'm gonna do a Patreon instead. And I've started setting one up. And I actually ran into like a little snag, and I'm trying to figure out like how to navigate the website. And is this right? I think my stitches are messed up. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get this closer. But yeah, I think that I want to do a Patreon instead, and I'm pretty sure that I've set up some tiers already, but I haven't posted any links or anything because I don't know what I did here. So I have to frog it. I ran into a little issue and I want to contact customer service first before I do anything with it. Is my hand in the way? Definitely. Before I do anything with it, and go from there, because I just want to make sure that it's set up in a nice way. I also, the monetization thing, you guys have all been here without the monetization, and I'm not doing this to be monetized. Like, that's not, you know, I know it's like a big deal for a lot of people, but I'm gonna have to frog this, you guys. I think that's just kind of the direction that I want to go, and then that way I can still keep making the same kind of content, and I don't want you guys to feel like, oh, I sold out because I decided to be monetized. And I see a lot of people giving like Stitchy Wishes shit for having monetization on her channel because she puts ads, and I just don't want to deal with it, to be honest. So I feel like the Patreon thing is gonna be the best way to go, because if you want to have the extra content, then you can get the extra content. And then I also don't want to be one of those who is like a paid only type. There's a couple of people that I'm subscribed to that I just really enjoy their content so much, but I don't necessarily agree with the way that they've structured it, because you can't watch them at all unless you're a paid member, and I don't want to do that either, you know. All right, you guys, I'm gonna have to let you go because I messed up here somewhere and I need to figure it out. And so that pretty much took care of that. So I'm gonna post my Flosstube today. I'll see about getting this up tomorrow. I really wish I could post daily videos. There's days where I just don't have the time, you know, and you know, it is what it is, but what can I do? I can't figure out which way I pulled this through. Yeah, that way. So, all right, you guys, that's it. I'm gonna fix this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.